this video, I want to talk a little bit more about Heidegger and some of his concepts. And I have I have a good few videos on Heidegger. They're in my phenomenology playlist. I have a video on the introduction, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and I have a video coming on chapter 6, which is being as care. But I have made a video last week, which was about chapter 5, and it's kind of make me think out about being, projection, and potentiality. So, first of all, in chapter 5, which is called Being In as Such, he does talk a good bit about how things that are ready to hand are being in relation. In chapter 3 he talks about the worldhood, the world part. He has the whole thing about being in the world, and in those chapters in the first division, he talks about the world part, being in part, the being with part of it, being in the world, and he talks about like every little aspect of it. It's pretty neat, I would say. So in chapter 5, he talks about the being in relation, not in as to I'm inside of water inside of a water bottle, but it's more in that it's not I'm here and that's there, or I'm here and you're there. It's this ontological unit of being. That's the way I think about it. To where I'm linked up with people who are over there, and I'm ontologically linked up with things that are ready to hand and present at hand, and I pick out people who are also Dasein, and that I recognize characteristics in the things that are ready to hand that are like my characteristics. Since Dasein is in each case mine, I recognize characteristics of myself, my own Daseinness, in other things that are ready to hand, in which I distinguish things that are ready to hand with other Dasein things, thus other people. So that's how I'm being in the world. In a way, I am a part of it, and the way I can drink water out of a water bottle, that's potentiality. So the things that are ready to hand, I understand a pen is how I can write with it. Heidegger uses the example of a hammer, to where I understand how to use a hammer as I hammer and nails with it. I understand things that are ready to hand via how they can be used. That's almost their meaning, even though I typically wouldn't use that word, unless we're talking about the meaning of being. So I understand things that are ready to hand via my projection. I project my being upon them, and that I can use them in certain ways. I understand a book as to how I can read it. I can understand a water bottle as to how I can drink from it. I understand a pill as to how I can take it. I understand food as to how I can eat it. I understand things as to how I can use them in the ways that I am. So things that are ready to hand, I project my being upon them via how I can use them. My potentiality of use with them. Potentiality in that I could use them for a certain way. I could do certain things with them. That I have potentiality in those things, and that's that's kind of a way in which I project my being upon them, and that's the Heideggerian being in relation, and that's the whole kind of helping to understand who we are in the way the world is, because the world and I and other Daseins are connected in this ontological unit, to where also self is or other is prior to self, and so yeah, that's how that whole thing works. So I've been thinking about Heidegger, and I pretty much I've been thinking about a lot about this book, and reading it and just kind of thinking through it. So, if you have a question or if you have a issue with the way I've talked about these things, comment below. I'd love to discuss with you. Also, if you have anything to say about this or to want to contribute anything, also comment below, because whenever you comment I get an email, and if your comment is constructive then I will always respond. So thank you.